Welcome to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video lesson, we are going to be talking about why it is important that you should know your notes on your fretboard. Now, if you know your notes, great. But if you don't, I highly suggest you take a few minutes and watch this video. Let's take a look at 7 reasons why you should know your notes.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, so I think, in my opinion, it's very important to know your notes. A lot of guitar players learn by ear, or maybe they know how to read tabs and stuff, but a lot of times when I come across guitar players and I ask them what they're playing, they don't really know. You know, I'll say, hey, what note is that you're playing there? I'm not really sure. I just know to put my fingers there. Oh, okay. You know, what's that chord you're playing there? I think it's a G or a G sharp. I'm not really sure. Well, if you know your notes, you're going to know the answer to those questions, okay? It's very important to learn your notes. If you're going to learn the guitar, you're going to be serious about playing the guitar, I highly recommend learning your notes. So let's take a look at these 7 reasons why I think it's important to learn your notes, okay? Reason number 1, it helps you to understand what you're playing, okay? If you're going to be serious about playing the guitar, you really should understand this instrument. Understand this fretboard. You know what this is all about. You know, it's 6 strings and basically 12 frets, and then it repeats itself. And the more you understand this, the better off you're going to be as a guitar player, okay? So number 1, it allows you to understand what you're playing, okay? Number 2, it simplifies reading sheet music, okay? If you understand your notes and how they work when you read sheet music like tabs or even standard notation, especially with standard notation, you almost need to know your notes, okay? With tabs, they're kind of telling you where to put your fingers on the fretboard, so maybe with tabs not so much, but if you learn standard notation, you definitely need to know your notes. You need to know where G is, and A, and B, and all that kind of stuff, okay? So it definitely simplifies reading sheet music. So if you want to learn how to read sheet music or tabs, if you're not sure about that, be sure to check out my video on how to read tabs. It's very important to learn that, in my opinion, you know. Okay, so that's the second reason. The third reason is it allows you to move your chords in different positions, okay? If you know your notes, like for instance, okay, I know that this is a G chord, and if I want to move that G chord to a different position, if I know my notes, I know I can move it to here. Or I know I can move it to here. So right off the bat, there's 3 different Gs. There's a root 6G, a root 5G, and a root 4G. And I can do 3, 2, and 1 as well. But so once again, number 3, it allows you to move your chords around. And that's good because it allows you to get different kind of flavors and different tones depending on what you're creating or what you're learning, or possibly might give you a simpler way of playing the song, okay? Number 4, you can improve your improv. When you're trying to create stuff, maybe write your own song, you know, or maybe do your own solo, something like that. By knowing your notes, you know where you can switch around the fretboard and play the same kind of thing, okay? Number 5, it opens up your creativity. By being able to know where you can move your chords, where you can move your scales, where you can play different things, allows you to get different colors out of the fretboard and out of the guitar, okay? And that's very important as well, because if you're playing like, say, a G power chord right here, and you know there's another G right here, you can clearly hear that that G has a different tone than that one. Or if you wanted to play a natural G right here, which has a different tone as well. So by knowing your notes, you're going to be able to do that kind of stuff, okay? You're going to be able to open up your creativity to what it is you want to create and be able to do some different things, okay? Number 6, it allows you to apply concepts from knowing theory. Music theory is another thing that I would highly recommend you learn, and I'm going to be doing some videos on that as well, so be sure to watch for that. Because knowing your theory, you know, knowing what works together, that really helps your creativity too, because it's kind of like tools. You know what kind of things go together. It's kind of like a writer with words. They kind of know what words to go together to create sentences, create paragraphs, so forth and so forth. And as a guitar player, you want to do the same exact thing, okay? And instead of doing it with words, you're doing it with notes, okay? Same concept, And so learn some basics of music theory. At least I would recommend doing that. Learn at least some basic fundamentals. You don't have to go learn the whole vast of it, but at least learn some fundamentals of music theory. That's going to really help out your guitar playing, okay? And then number 7, the main thing it does is it helps you to communicate with other musicians. If you know your notes, you know where your chords are located at. If you play with some other musicians, maybe a friend, or let's say audition for a band or whatnot, you know, you're going to be able to communicate better because music is a language. So if somebody says, hey, I'm playing a G, A, and D, if you know your notes, you're going to know exactly where those are. As you're creating a magic sauce and you're just adding components to it. And by knowing your notes and things like that, it's going to allow you to do that, okay? And of course, our number 6, apply concepts of music theory. And like I said, I would highly recommend at least knowing some basic fundamentals of music theory. Know your notes, understand your keys, your majors, your minors, things like that. That's going to really, really help you out with your guitar playing if you're truly serious. And hopefully you are if you're watching this channel. And of course, number 7 is you want to improve your communication. It allows you got to learn the language, you know. It helps with playing with other people. Now, if you just want to play in your bedroom by yourself and never play with other musicians, then okay, you know, you probably don't need to do that. But music is really, it's a group thing. It's kind of, you know, you play with people. That's kind of how music should be. I mean, it's okay to just do it for yourself, you know, as like a hobby or something, but you know, music is something you want to share with people. You want to learn it and share it with people and bring your enjoyment out to them and put a smile on their face with your creativity and your knowledge of music. So, you know, by being able to communicate with other musicians, maybe you play at a party, somebody invites you to a Christmas party or something, you know, you could sit down with another guitar player and you guys can jam or whatever it is, okay, piano player, whatever it is. And if you understand your notes, you can understand where to play certain things so that you can play together, okay? So, once again, go for that. Make sure you learn your notes. Go over these 7 things. Very, very important. These are 7 benefits of learning your notes. I highly recommend you do that. And if you have some other things to add to the discussion, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If there's some other things I might have missed, let me know. Or if you have any questions about these, let me know in the comments below as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for a future subscription, you know, for future notifications, things like that. You know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. And be sure to keep practicing. Keep creating. And keep having fun learning guitar. Until our next lesson, you, my friend, take care.